Okay, so it's once again early in the morning, but this is going to be a video explaining like the uses of all of the redstone components. So firstly, we have locking repeaters. So this allows you to toggle something without a lever. Like I can put a stone button right here, and if I'm fast enough, I can lock this repeater, and it won't turn off the signal, which can be useful in some specific builds. Like when you're locking a repeater, it can be useful for something like this, where locking a repeater can be the write or the read, but of course, considering I'm not using that specific system for this, instead we're using a comparator that, instead we use a comparator that is on subtract mode, with these signals being 15 and going straight into this guy. So the only time when it will ever turn off is if this guy is on, and then we turn on the right button. But it can be useful for something like that. But I'm sure there are a lot of other applications you can use it for. And another thing that I didn't really elaborate on before was how you will use a comparator for the normal usage. It's the usage that most people know. So you put water in here, it does that. You put something in a chest, it also sends out a signal. You take... Okay, I'm not supposed to be using water bottles, but... let's just grab 64. And the signal will start to get lower the more water bottles you take. Let's see here. And then we also have target blocks, which normally this would just turn. Like if I put a normal block right here, this is probably what I should have, it'll just turn. The piston won't turn on. That's confusing. That's supposed to work. It's supposed to send a signal out. Huh. I'm not too sure what's going on. Huh. Okay, well, very clearly it does take a signal, like this, and then this won't, but for whatever reason it won't put out redstone right here, so that's that. And then, an observer is also useful, because you can turn a long signal, like a lever, into a short signal, like 1 tick, which is how long an observer is on for whenever it detects a block update. So whenever I turn this on or off, it'll turn that on for 1 tick. And then we also have a dropper, which will just give me my diamond chest plate. And we have a dispenser, which will equip my diamond chest plate. I'll show that again because I didn't show that my inventory didn't have one. So now I have an iron or a diamond chest plate. Just the practical use of a dispenser, which a dispenser is much more useful than a dropper in most scenarios. It can shoot fireballs or arrows or dispense lava or water, equip shields, armor, all that stuff. But right here we also have some stuff using hoppers. So if I were to just throw this oak plank in here, it'll go through all normally. But if I were to turn on this lever, it will not go through, which is exactly what we're looking for. We are wanting to see that this will not be able to send any blocks down while it's on. So, whenever a hopper is powered, it will take blocks from another hopper, but it will not distribute these blocks to anything else. Just thought that would be a useful thing to point out. And if you saw it before I moved this block 1 down, this was also powered, which is why I wouldn't move any blocks anywhere. And then here is just a jukebox. It's very, very simple. I forgot where these things were. I don't use them very often, so I'm gonna have to look for these for a second. They're somewhere, I know that much. Ah, here we go. Here we go. I have game sounds off, but if I were to turn it up to 50 or so. It's not the most beautiful song, I will admit that, but that's how a jukebox works. To my knowledge, there's no other special features except for that. This is a note block, which you can tell that there are 2 different sounds coming from these right now, and that's because this is placed on dirt and this is placed on sand. So depending on the block it's placed on, it can have a different sound, which is on the wiki for Minecraft, but I can't list them all here because it would make it a much longer video. I might return to it in the end and then just read them all off and show them off. And then, of course, we have rails, including the activator rail. If I were to just give this a little push here, then it stops us, and then that happens. But, of course, we can also just place normal rails right here. Move this guy 1 up. And then we can try this again now. Okay, we need to move this one down again. Oh, game sounds. I was so confused. Alright. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see here. It seems like my world might be getting a little bit too laggy now. Like how the target block wasn't working. It might be bugging, which would really suck because I like this world. Yeah, it's not working. It's not good. I'm confused about this. This should be working, like, just fine. Okay, well this wasn't a very good example of how to use this because the piston just isn't working anymore. But rest assured, in your own world this should work perfectly fine. Oh, that's why it isn't working. Okay. Okay, never mind. So yeah, you do have to do the indent thing into the ground. I just found out the issue was that this was right here and it couldn't push down. But here we have a redstone comparator. I can turn this lever on, it will turn this on, and this is in subtract mode, as seen by that being activated, and then whenever I turn this on, it'll turn this off, but I can turn this on, and it'll stay on at a 1 tick signal, or a 1 power signal, because this is 14 instead of 15 being subtracted from 15. But if I turn on either of these, the piston won't turn on, because they're going into the side. Only the one coming right into here will turn on. And then we also have redstone torches, of course. Whenever a signal goes into the top or sides of blocks they're on that is not directly into it, then it will turn off, and this is a NOR gate. But yeah, I guess I'm going to list the note blocks because this is a relatively short video and I want to make it a little bit longer. Okay. Wood, sand, glass, stone, gold, clay, packed ice, honeycomb, and all of these have different instruments related to them, so you'll definitely hear the difference in them just based on what we hear. Okay, that was not... Okay, but that's not what I was looking for. That was a random thought. Bone. Black. Soul. Pumpkin. It's weird. I didn't know that pumpkins had their own sound. Block of emerald is an interesting one, if I do say so. Hay bale. Glowstone. And then some of these blocks do have other features. Such as some of the mob heads. Well, actually, all of the mob heads, I believe. You can actually place down. I'll just show it in a second here. Yeah, it is all of them. It's definitely all of them. So mob heads do not work when you place them under them. They only work when you place them on top. And you guys will see how great this is to scare people. But we'll just place buttons on all of these so that we don't change the sound when we play them. Because whenever you click on a jukebox, which I have forgotten to mention over and over again, whenever you click on a jukebox, it changes the pitch of the noise made by it. So you have to use a redstone signal to not do that. Okay. Wood. Okay, I have to turn up game sounds again. Wood is is a bass, a string bass. Sand is a snare drum. Hi-hat or sticks and clicks. Bass drum kick. Bells glockenspiel. Flute. Chimes. Guitar. Xylophone. Iron xylophone. Or a vibraphone. Cowbell. Didgeridoo. Not too sure if I said that one right. I would like to know if I didn't say that one right. Bit, square wave. Banjo. Pling, electric piano. Harp / piano. Ender dragon. Piglin. Creeper. Zombie. Note block sound. It's nothing. You can mute note blocks by putting a player's head on them. But that's just all of the different sounds from these and the name of the instruments used in them. I can obviously change the pitch of them, which will also play noise, and then I can play it back. But you can, of course, make music with these using repeaters and stuff, but I'm not very good at it. I've tried it before. It all sounds like a doorbell. But that is all I've really got for today. This was components applied. There aren't really any other redstone components that I can really think of other than blocks of redstone, which you can put them in front of a piston and then power that piston. I can actually show my idea for a T flip-flop doing this, where I actually want to find the timed variant. Come on, let me find it, please. Okay, right here. So if I click this button, it sends it back, and then this timer runs, and then after this timer goes, which is 2 seconds, about, I think, it will be put back into place, which is a timed T flip-flop, which is ginormous, right? And I don't need to have it this large, because I can just use a normal T flip-flop. But when you're not looking to use, when you don't want to use dispensers or droppers, then this absolutely works just fine. And I'm very happy with it, because I did not know what a T flip-flop was before making this. I didn't know what it was called. So, making this without any knowledge of what I was trying to make was nice. Like, I learned Redstone very, very recently, which I find quite funny. And I'm already doing videos on it. But, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.